It is the Aston Martin of crop sensor lenses. Suave and sophisticated, just looking at it is enough to make you feel publicly uncomfortable in tight trousers. Countless of the most popular travel films you've seen here on YouTube have been shot with this very lens, and consequently it has garnered a reputation for serious creativity. But is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 art series really the ultimate weapon, or simply hyped up hokum? Well, to find out, I hired this lens for a week, bolted it to my trusty old Canon M50 and headed to the ultimate romantic getaway, Newcastle. As you saw there, the colour rendition is beautiful. The lens has a wonderful filmic quality which really lends itself to this kind of work. And looking back at the pictures, they are incredibly sharp. The Sigma's hypersonic focusing motor, combined with Canon's already fantastic dual pixel system, leaves you with autofocus that's distinctly average, actually. I certainly wouldn't say it's any faster than any of my native Canon lenses. It's just the standard I'd expect, really. So, what's it like to use? Well, quite frankly, it looks ridiculous hanging off the M50. And if you were to see someone using this setup, you'd be forgiven for thinking he's trying to overcompensate for something. Compared to most native M series lenses, this thing weighs more than most mountains. Now, the only good thing about that is, because there's no image stabilization in the lens, it gives some reassuring weight to keep the whole thing still. But then there's the focal length range. The 18-35 is roughly the equivalent of 35-50 in full frame, which is fine. But I often found myself wishing I could punch in just that little bit further, something like an 85 for example. But you can't deny that this is one of the best zoom lenses available that offers a constant f1.8 aperture. And that has to count for something. And it does. Crop sensor cameras typically struggle to achieve really shallow depth of field. So a bottom line of f1.8 allows you to claw some of that back. And it's brutally sharp, even wide open. This then is a serious bit of kit. But therein lies the problem. Is this lens almost too serious for the likes of the M50? This little camera is certainly no Sony a6500, and you almost wonder if it's a bit like Keira Knightley dating Mr. Bean. But the big question is, would I use this lens again with the Canon M50? No, of course not. It's a ridiculous idea and completely impractical as a discreet travel setup. I just wanted to see if the hype was worth it. And although it's a fantastic piece of engineering, if you know what you're doing, you can get just as good results with tiny little lenses like these. This was really just a bit of fun, as I'd heard so much about this lens and I was just curious to see how it would perform with the M50. I should prefix this and say that I am in no way sponsored by anyone, but I hired this lens from a company called LensPimp, which incidentally is a fantastic name for a company that pimps out lenses. This is the first time I've ever hired equipment, and whichever company you use, I highly recommend it, because it's a great way of just cheaply seeing what's out there and getting a feel for different gear and seeing what might work best for you and the work that you do. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't get to upload as often as I would like, but if you did enjoy this, then it would mean a lot if you dropped a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, peace.